Hello. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So I'm just going to jump into this video. This live video was unannounced, but this morning I was just sitting and oh man, we got some stuff to talk about. So, first of all, for those of you that are new, I'm Felicia. I'm a physical therapist and health and wellness coach. And in today's live video, I wanted to chat with you guys about like the holiday stress. Okay. Oh my gosh. So this morning I was kind of like sitting with my thoughts and just thinking about here we are, what, 4 days? Yeah, 4 days until Christmas. And this video is for those of you that celebrate the holiday, those that actually like celebrate Christmas. I know not everyone does, but I do think this video will still apply for even for those that don't, because the majority of the US is celebrating. So, like, even if you're a person that don't celebrate Christmas, I can still imagine that this time of year with Christmas and the rush of the new year coming in, that it can still be somewhat stressful for you as well. So I just wanted to chat with you guys about just surviving the holiday rush, whether that be Christmas or the new year for you, whatever that means for you guys. But this morning, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is I think it's important to sit down and um, just really evaluate like what you want your holiday to look like. And I can tell you for me that this has changed like three times. So the first time, like earlier in the year, I imagined that I wanted Christmas to look like, for my family, I wanted us to go from, like house to house. Well, we were going to do Christmas at home in the morning, and then we would visit, different family members. Like that was my original thought process from last year's Christmas. I thought this year this is what we would do. Then around, I'll say like the beginning of December, I started thinking, no, we'll just have more quiet Christmas with just the five of us. But we'll go to there's this place in Florida in St. Petersburg called Enchant. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. There's this place in St. Petersburg called Enchant, and I was like, okay, we'll just go there. Like we'll do Christmas at home, and then we'll go out later in the day, and because it's just beautiful. If you guys, if you don't mind, like you can actually Google Enchant. It's just beautiful. It's like tons of lights, different lighting displays, like a ton of stuff, right? And I thought, like, I want to say good morning real quick in the chat. Um, yeah, so I was like, that's what we'll do because that sounds like a lot of fun. And then it'll still kind of be like not that stressful. Okay. So I have to be honest with you guys this week with everything that's been going on, like as far as like with work, because I did not take this week off from work, and then neither did my husband. So we've both been working like all week. So this week, I just decided, I was like, you know what? We're not going to go to Enchant. Like we're not doing that because there were so many pieces involved, like with boarding the dog and all of that. So I was like, we're just going to spend a quiet day at home, and we'll have a campfire that night, and it will be okay. So I say that because I know that a lot of times I actually made a note here that we have all of these expectations for ourselves. So, what I want you guys to do, and these are things that I did this morning, I had to coach Felicia this morning, is to sit and think about like your expectations. Are these like perceived expectations, or are these like true expectations? Like, so think about, what do you want your Christmas to look like for your family? That's number one. What do you want it to look like? Do you want to go out and visit? Do you want a quiet day? Like, what is it that you want? And then work from there. And then, like, once you start daydreaming about how you want your Christmas to look, then just start asking, like, yourself, are these true expectations? Are they perceived? Am I doing this for us and our family? Am I doing this for other people? Like, just really sit and think about that. Okay. So then, the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is look at how your week is going, because we're still here. We're still in the middle of Christmas week where it's busy, and you can expect next week's probably going to be just as busy. So the next thing is, what can you say no to? Like, look at your schedule. And that's literally what I had to do. I had to sit down and look at my schedule for this week and for next week. And I just started looking at like, what can I say no to? And then also in that, look at, for me, I make notes like for the following year. So I can tell you guys, there's a few things. I had a doctor's appointment, reschedule. I needed to get labs drawn, reschedule. Now, at the beginning of the year, and actually like a few months ago, I thought this would be a great idea because you guys know, as far as insurance and all of that stuff goes, it makes sense to get everything in before the end of the year, right? Like before your deductible and all of that stuff roll over. But it's just too much. It's too much. Like when you go to a doctor's office, most times you've got to sit there for only God knows how long. Like there's no time limit. Like they don't say, "Oh, you come and you'll be here from 8:30 to 9." No, it's not going to be that. You're going to be there until you get seen. Same thing for blood work. There's no, I couldn't get an appointment, so I would have had to be a walk-in. Okay, fine. That could take 15 minutes or that can take 2 hours or even more. So, what can you say no to this week? What can you say no to next week? What can wait? What can be pushed? There are certain things in life that sometimes we feel like it's an emergency, or sometimes we feel like it absolutely has to get done. But does it really? Like, can it wait? So look at your schedule and decide, like, what things can you say no to? And I'm sure that'll help alleviate some of this holiday stress for you as well. I just want to pop into the chat. I was hoping you guys would come over. Sheesh, man. Uh, Not to be, I hope. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. So a couple more things. So along those lines of like, what can you say no to? Also, like as I mentioned, what can wait? Like what absolutely needs to get done, and then what can wait. So for me, the blood work, the physician's appointment, and I had a follow-up dentist appointment. Like those are all getting pushed to next year because it was just too much. And sometimes you have to remember, like you're only one person. Like, what is your capacity? Even for me, I have a list of YouTube videos that I wanted to film and upload for this week, but I don't have time for editing. So that had to get pushed for me. And I think that as women, sometimes we put all of these expectations on ourselves. We want to get so many things done. And sometimes, especially here on your wellness journey, you've got to take a step back and realize, like, what is realistic? What can I truly get done? And not yeah, I can do everything. Like I could not sleep and I can like spend all of my days going through check, 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 and be stressful and miserable during the holiday season. But that's not what I want for myself. That's not the life that I'm going for. So yeah, like what can you push? What can and what can wait? And then I also had a note to take note for next year. Oh, and I also have a note to outsource as much as you possibly can. So I know sometimes the first thing that comes up is like, well, like that costs money. Okay. There are certain things that don't cost money. Like, for instance, you can do a Walmart pickup order, and that does not cost money. You just got to go get it. And I think that, like, I'm not a fan of the Walmart pickup in my area. I used to be, but not so much now. But I can tell you guys, even for me this year, that's something that I'll be using. And granted, they may not get everything right, but at least it's a good start. And then that just means there's less things that I actually have to go into the store and like get for myself. As far as like your holiday dinner goes, your baking, or any of those things that you're doing, if you can outsource any of that, if you can send a kid to the store, if you can send a spouse to the store, just look at your list and like see, like, do you have to be the one in charge of everything? Like if there's anything on your list that you can outsource, then definitely, try to go ahead and do that. And sometimes I see a lot like on social media. I'll just share this with you guys that people talk about like how you should have your spouse like doing more and all of that. So I'm just going to say this. You need to know what you're working with. Number one, I can just speak like on behalf of, and this is not like spouse bashing. This is just known fact in our household. My husband did not grow up like celebrating all of the holidays. So the significance, I mean, yes, he understands the significance behind it and he does acknowledge and celebrate that. But like, as he calls it, which is true. All of this commercialized stuff that we do behind the holidays, like that doesn't mean anything to him. Like, does that make him a bad person? No, he actually brings a lot more value in helping us like remember, true meanings of things. But he's not the one hanging lights on the outside of the house. Me either. We just don't have them. But also, like, when it comes to like the things, I can tell you guys, I'm very like over the top for certain things that I want to do, like with the Christmas cooking, the baking, all of that stuff. So, does it make sense for me to say to him, okay, you bake the cookies this year? Like, does that even make, come on, So I like to give you guys like realistic expectations as well, and like realistic pieces of advice. So if that doesn't make sense in your relationship, then like don't do it. And then like don't tell them or ask them to do things that that brings like come on. I'm just putting it out there. I know some people may disagree, but I just wanted to say that like don't you don't want unrealistic expectations for yourself, so don't push them on someone else. I guess that's basically what I'm trying to say. Hold on, I want to take a peep real quick. I don't want to play Miss Claus this Christmas and bring presents to family. And she says, I said I'm going to cook and stay home and let my family come over, eat, and open gifts. That sounds good. You have to do what works best for you because sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. So I definitely understand that. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys was about, oh, yeah. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about was like, even though I know this week can be very stressful and it can be very overwhelming, I just wanted to remind you guys, here on the channel, Happily Ever After Living, I do my best to bring joy, love, peace, and happiness, even in those day to day moments. So, even like I'll give you a few examples. Even with work, I'm working all week, right? So I can look at that and be like, "Oh my god, I got to work all week." Or I can really enjoy it. And I can tell you guys that's the choice I've made. Like I have Christmas cards that I've been given to some of my patients, that's been very enjoyable for me. Some of my visit times I've actually pushed a little bit because during this time of year, you guys know I'm a home health physical therapist. There are a lot of people that just don't have, they don't have family, or they don't have family that calls or comes to visit. And sometimes during the year they don't acknowledge it as much, but during the holiday seasons when they're seeing on television and all the movies and the shows they're watching that families are coming together and they have no one, like, I don't know. That's kind of really taken a toll on me this year. And I've tried to spend a little bit of extra time with those people, just kind of listening to them and, listening to the things they did when they were younger, just giving them a little bit more time and attention. So even in your day to day things that you still have to do during this holiday season, I just want to remind you guys, like, look at ways in which you can bring joy to that. Look at ways in which you can make that special, or yeah, like live your happy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is that you get to create the life that you want. You get to make this holiday season as special as you want. And even for those of you that are like, this does not feel special, this just feels so stressful, and you feel really, really stressed out, we can do like planning videos later where I can probably help you guys make next year a lot less stressful. But even in those day-to-day things, just look at ways in which you can make it more special. If you're out running errands and, smile at the people around you, say something kind, or just put your earpods in and listen to your favorite songs and just hoodie on and go do what you need to do. But just find ways in this holiday season that you can find gratitude, that you can show love and kindness and peace, because you never know what everyone else is dealing with. Okay. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. These thoughts were on my mind this morning. I was like, wait, because I would consider myself to be a fairly organized person. Like I try my best to plan ahead and do things ahead. But I was just kind of like, if you're feeling it, I can imagine a lot more people are feeling it as well. Like one of my friends was telling me yesterday that she has to go shopping Saturday morning. I finished all of my Christmas shopping before before Black Friday, because I have before waited until the end. And I know for me personally, that was very overwhelming. But I know for some people, it actually feels good. Like they love being out amongst a lot of people, so that feels good to them. But she was just sharing with me, like, she's been so busy. She hasn't had time to do it. And I was like, it's okay. Like, just have a good time with it. Like, hyping her up a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know that so many people are feeling it. And let me pop into the chat real quickly and see if you guys are seeing anything else. And again, like I mentioned, this live video was completely unannounced, but I just wanted to, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted people to know that you're not alone, number one. And a lot of other people are kind of like going through the same thing that you are in different ways. I know that people are missing workouts or they're eating on the go, or, you're just doing the best you can. So sometimes you do have those weeks of what I like to call survival mode, and that's okay. That's okay. You have plenty of time to get back on track. Like, don't beat yourself up about it. It's 1 week. It's 1 week. Okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to survive. I'm a cheerful person, so I'm going to put out positive energy and love. Finished my Christmas shopping too since Black Friday. Excellent. And I will say that for myself, even with my pre-planning, I looked at the calendar for next year, and next year Christmas is on a Monday. And I've already made a note in my phone to take off the Friday before, because I really want to spend more time enjoying the holiday, like not just like rush, 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 but actually like truly sitting back and enjoying the holiday. So I do want to give myself one extra day next year. And so yeah, that's how I want my holiday to look next year. I want to take one extra day. So that's all I have for this live video. If you guys can tell, I'm already dressed for work. So I've got to go throw on my shoes, sneakers, grab my work bag, get out the door, and I will enjoy this work day, the rest of the work week as well. And I have full intentions on enjoying my holiday as well. I would love to share some of that with you guys, even if I can't do like a full long length video, because I would like to share with you guys like what I eat in a day on Christmas. I want to share Christmas like with my family with you guys as well. But if I can't do it in a longer form video, I have finally given in to YouTube Shorts. So I'll be sure to share it in a YouTube Short or somewhere here on the channel. All right, guys, that's all I have for this video. And also, if you want to see what my mom got for Christmas, go back and look on the channel in our YouTube Shorts, and you'll see the last two, within the last two shorts, you'll see the video there. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Absolutely, you are welcome. Yes, you're welcome. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah!